NFL Week 12 is right around the corner. Sandhu and Sheen are here to rock and roll with some NFL picks. What is going on, Jer, for NFL Week 12?
I got a lot on my mind. A few predictions. Necessarily I won't be sad or mad if they come true or not, but I believe in them quite strongly, and I'm going to let the folks know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, we didn't exactly have our best week, let's be honest. We were hoping for an 8-0. We got a 2-6, but take it on the chin. Still 48-40. I think that's pretty solid for the year. So let's kick it off with the top dog, the cream of the crop, Platinum Picks. All right, Jer, a little bit of line movement in this one. New England is now down to 7.5. They're talking about Joe Burrow practicing. I don't know if you heard the news, but you're taking New England minus 7.5.
I'll take him 7.5, no problem. Even if Burrow plays, he doesn't have his main man, Jamar Chase. I know he's a Superman. He can pass to all their other receivers, but you gonna have a little rust, and it's not gonna go the way. And New England just seems like they're rolling. Hopefully they're not fat and happy, but it just seems like Vrabel's not gonna let them get to that point. And I think, Drake May's going to keep rolling. If New England's defense gives up 28 points, then hey, maybe the Bengals can do it. But I don't think so. I think they're going to score under 21, and New England's gonna, they're gonna have enough, 28 or more.
That Cincinnati defense isn't exactly something most people are really too worried about right now. They looked decent against Pittsburgh last week, but division game, that's a little bit of a different ballpark. And that defense, it's got to be the worst in the league, you'd have to say. They just let up 30, 40 points like it's nothing. And then when someone throws a pick six or whatever, you're digging yourself a deep hole. So New England to march on. They're coming off a mini bye. They played, I believe, last Thursday against the Jets. So that's a little bit of an advantage. And Vrabel will be scheming up these Bengals. But, I don't know, man. It's kind of interesting to see Joe Burrow back. Not really much to play for, but, crazier things have happened in the NFL. Okay, let's go to a platinum pick for my side. I'm going to lay the 6.5 with the Rams against Baker and gang. Two really good offenses. Looking back, they've been putting up 30 points pretty much like nothing. Both offenses are great, but the defenses, I think, have a little directional difference there. Rams pretty solid for the most part. And Tampa Bay, they've been struggling. I know they were facing Josh Allen last week, so that's a little different. Buffalo's offense at home is a little different animal, but I'm liking this Rams defense to step up and hold down Baker, and I think Tampa Bay's on the slide now, Jer. I know they've been really banged up all year. Rams pretty healthy for the most part. Puka's, he's in and out of the lineup, but primetime game, Tampa Bay 6.5. They were getting 6.5 against Buffalo last week. And
Rams defense seems like they're just getting better and better every week. 4 interceptions against Sam Darnold. I don't know if that's going to come back to haunt them later, or if Darnold can right the ship and get a divisional win against them. But
Well, if you look last week, Tampa's offense looked pretty solid, right, against Buffalo, and then the Rams kind of struggled. I think Matt Stafford only had under 200 yards passing, which is pretty unheard of for an MVP candidate.
Seattle's defense, though, that's a nod to the defense. They are doing great, and without those 4 interceptions, Seattle probably wins that game. So,
I think so. I think Seattle definitely could have easily won that game last week. So Rams didn't look the best. I think personally, I have them ranked higher than Buffalo. So the fact that I'm getting them for the same price as Buffalo last week is just gravy. So I'm going to scoop that up and take the platinum pick, Rams minus 6.5, Sunday Night Football on NBC. slide on over. Gold picks for Week 12. I will start it off, Jer. I am taking the Texans on Thursday Night Football, +6. Davis Mills is obviously nowhere near as good as Josh Allen. Who are we kidding, right? He's, I don't know. The thing is, like, I sold on them last week, and I took the Titans to cover. And, they struggled to cover against divisional doormat, and most people will be down on them, and Buffalo looked so good on offense last week. So you would think Buffalo is just going to smash Houston on paper, but I think this Houston defense is a little different animal than we had in the Tampa Bay defense. Short week at home. Sucks that CJ Stroud, I don't know why I was going to call him Chris Stroud, but CJ, that's an old golfer on the PGA Tour, Chris Stroud. That's why I was calling him that. But anyways, CJ Stroud's out. They said he would probably play if it was like a full week on Sunday or Monday. But because it's a short week, they can't give him the okay. So I don't know. Davis Mills, I don't expect him to put up a lot of points. I'm thinking 20 to 24 points.
Yeah, it's all about the Buffalo's defense. Like, what Buffalo's defense shows up. Buffalo's offense is going to show up. Tampa Bay's offense is going to show up. They're 30-burger, 40-burger all the time. It's just this suspect Bills defense. What are you going to get? So,
well, if Houston can do what Atlanta did to Buffalo a few weeks back and just keep the ball out of Josh Allen's hand and, dink and dunk and get up the field. And, obviously they got the better defense. So I think the 6 points is good here. I would love to have 7 in my pocket, but not going to get there. So 6 points is good enough for me for my gold pick. And for you, you are going to Monday Night Football? You are taking 49ers, the gold miners there in San Francisco. You're laying it against the Carolina Panthers. What are you thinking in this game?
Brock Purdy's back. I wasn't always big on Brock Purdy, but I was bigger on Mac Jones. And then now just to see how much of a difference, if I like Mac Jones, I should love Brock Purdy. Carolina has been winning more than they usually do. I think they're a little fat and happy, you like to say. And San Francisco, they're in it. They're in a situation. They got to keep winning in that top NFC West, or it's maybe a wild card or no playoffs at all. So, this is the one division where you can see almost every single person in that division getting in the playoffs, but they're going to have to play tight and get those wins to keep up in that NFC.
The only thing with Carolina is they can't really be too fat and happy because they've never really been happy. So they've always been losing. So maybe this year they'll start winning, and then next year they can, get a little more. Because you think about it, this team's won 8 games in the last 2 years, Carolina. So I think they're just riding a wave right now. They found a really good running back. He probably won them probably 2 games himself, right? So San Francisco, I thought they looked a lot better on offense. It was a lot of chunk plays, and they were getting up the field a lot easier. But defense still a little banged up. So, Carolina, I wouldn't be shocked if they won this game. Just throwing that out there, just because. Who expected them to beat Atlanta 30-0? Who expected them to beat Green Bay and this team, the other team? So a lot of I guess. Mysterious wins for Carolina. They're not doing it pretty, right? Even last week, I think that was Bryce Young's career high, 450 yards. I was like,
unbelievable game.
It was against Atlanta. It was against Atlanta, so we have to say, okay. But still, divisional game. He put up some nice yards. So Carolina's got some mojo. I think SF, like you said, they got to win the next 4 or 5. On their schedule, because obviously Seattle and the Rams aren't going to let up. Seattle's got a cupcake this week, so.
San Francisco's not looking ahead. None of their games are look-ahead games for the rest of the season. I'm sure Shanahan's preaching that. And yeah, no, they got to take care of business. And Purdy's been missing. You know, he wants to put up those points. He wants to, you know, he wants to let everyone know he's coming. So yeah, I
Yeah, he's
expect to
got
do
that big
well.
contract. He's got the
Yeah.
big contract, and you know, he wants his cash. So I think the spread's up to 7 now. So people who want to lay that, I would suggest trying to find a book that is 6.5. It makes a difference sometimes, right? Key number.
Yeah,
All right,
for sure.
silver pick. I'll let you kick it off, Chair. You are taking the Cleveland Shadors plus the foe.
I just think that Shador is just kicking himself for how he played against Baltimore. I think Las Vegas's defense is a much meager defense compared to Baltimore. He's going to have a week. Shador's going to have a week of practice. He's going to, you know, I'm hoping to see that Shador that we've seen in the preseason, threading between two defenders into the end zone, and yeah, you know, getting outside the pocket when he has to, and you know, Shador, just throw it away. If there's nothing, throw it away. You don't have to be the hero and hold it for 10 seconds. And I think they'll easily beat the lowly Las Vegas Raiders. You know, they beat some good teams this year, Green Bay, and you know, so why not? Shador, baby.
Yeah,
First start, win.
yeah. I mean, that Myles Garrett guy. He's had like what 8 sacks in the last 2 games or some shit. He's a man on a different level. Too bad Cleveland's rest of their roster is not up to par with him because his career's kind of being wasted, don't you think?
Yeah.
Cleveland, you know. I heard a rumor the Eagles tried to get him. Yeah, yeah. And then they asked him about it. He's like, "Oh, that's not up to me," or blah blah blah. But that's Howie, right? He swings for the fences. But anyways, yeah. So +4. I mean, the Raiders. They can still win on a field goal last second, and you cash that one. So
Yeah, loving the +3.5. Yeah.
Okay. Silver, I'm rocking with a divisional battle. A team that I had last week, they let me down. Those damn Vikings. J.J. McCarthy was not exactly playing like the Michigan McCarthy that led him to a national championship. I think he looked decent in that fourth quarter, so let's just say a divisional battle where Green Bay, probably without not Brandon Jacobs, but Josh Jacobs. I'm getting all my names wrong today, but Josh Jacobs should be out. I think that'll help. And a divisional battle, I think Minnesota will step up. They lost a close one last week, and they made a lot of just sloppy mistakes, stuff that you can clean up. Turnovers.
Yeah, in any divisional game, when you're getting that many points, almost a touchdown, it's pretty decent. You know, it's more times than not, like we say, all these divisional games are super close, and so yeah, it's probably
Minnesota. Even when Minnesota's lost this year, I mean, it's been by less than like a touchdown. So they stay in the ballpark. They're one of those kind of teeter-totter teams. You know, they can
good
defense, anyone, and
right?
they can kind of beat anyone. And they got a good rushing attack too.
You know,
yeah, got Aaron Jones and Mason. I mean, they're solid, and that Jefferson guy's not bad too. And Addison, when he's not dropping balls, is pretty good. I don't expect him to win, but I expect it to be like a field goal game. So I'll take 6.5. For my silver pick, let's go to bronze. I am taking the Steelers +3. I was debating on this, and apparently Rodgers will not need surgery. It's in his left hand, so, I mean, he's just got to hold the ball in his left hand. He's not throwing with it. Facing Chicago, a team, they play a lot of close games, and they've been winning a lot of these rabbit out of the hat games. I expect Steelers to do that to them this week, and can Paul's Steelers defense step up 2 weeks in a row is the question. They played well last week. Do it again.
I'm not too worried about the Steelers, but I have had the Chicago Bears on my mind for some reason for the last couple days, and I've been looking at their schedule, and I just count way too many losses for them. They do play Cleveland in the coming weeks, and that's about the only kind of gimme win that I give them. I think Chicago is in line for a losing streak, losing 6 of their last 7 games. It's going to be tough. I think they're a pretender. a big pretender right now. So if anyone's looking, the spreads are going to be the spreads, but against Chicago every
Bears.
week, money line is going to be something special. I think for the next until the end of the season, I think they're going on a
Believe it
nosedive.
or not, Bears are leading the division, and you're not
Yeah,
even getting that much respect at home. You're only laying 2. I got it at 3 earlier in the week, and now that Aaron Rodgers should play, it's not guaranteed, but I think he'll play. It's down to 2.5. So if you're playing Pittsburgh, key number, grab the 3 if you can. Also, I think teasing up the Steelers is a good play over a touchdown. Can't see the Bears, if they're going to win, I can't see them winning double digits. Right, against, I think it's going to be low scoring. I'm looking at like a 23-17 type game for the Steelers. You know what I mean? Just maybe even like 20-14 type game. So all Steelers plus the tree for me, Jer. You are doing some voodoo action here?
voodoo.
We're going voodoo. All right.
The Dallas Cowgirls. Yeah, at home, it's a revenge game. They've been putting up lots of points. Everything kind of points to, hey, why not? Dallas plus 3.5. But just so you know, this is not a straight up pick. This is a voodoo pick. I'm picking against my Eagles and hoping that they win because I am undefeated in that capacity. So
Yeah,
go
man,
Birds.
it's a powerful energy that no one can explain. But on S&S Pigskin Picks, we're just gonna roll with it. And I mean, it might be an L for you on your picks, but the Eagles pick up the W in the long run, and that's what really matters here. We're having a little fun. All right, let's slide on over. We got our underdog of the week. Thinking Colts against the 5-5 Chiefs.
The most powerful dog on the slate. And I do actually have a thought that comes along with this. I actually do believe in the Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe not in this game, but I think they're going to go on a winning streak. I think they are going to come close to the playoffs, if not just get into that 8th spot. Their schedule isn't, it's not easy, but it's not the hardest. They got Las Vegas, and they got a few teams that have not winning records, and I think they can maybe take advantage of it and kind of just sneak into the playoffs. So yeah, I'm really thinking that Kansas City, they're gonna have some wins coming up.
Right, I was kind of surprised the spread opened up at 3.5, plus 3.5 for the Colts, but it's been like toggling around -3, 3.5. I think people are taking it plus 3.5. It's going down to 3, and then people are taking Kansas City money lines, so thinking they might just win a close game and then get a middle there. But yeah, it's crazy to think that Kansas City 5-5, Indy 8-2. Still scratches my head a little bit, but Indy is your dog for Week 12. I'm going to go with a dog, Arizona. They let me down last week on my spread pick, but still, I think Jacksonville, they were pretty angry after that loss against Houston. Coach talked about it after the game. He's like, we play our best when we play angry. Don't see them being too angry facing the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals obviously got beat up pretty good last week against 49ers. But Jacksonville, on the road, I'm not too scared. I'll take Arizona as a dog. And, yeah, that's our dogs.
Could be a look-ahead spot for Jacksonville, definitely. So, yeah, it's a smart bet for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely fading Jacksonville. It's all about that. It's just kind of them. They're something that they are not, which is a contender. But teaser pick, Jer. You are teasing up Steelers and Colts. Colts over to 10.5, and you're getting
Love
Pittsburgh
that.
plus 10.
both of those teams can win it outright. So having both of those teams plus the 10, I think, is just extra. That covers basically 75% of the spectrum of the score of what can happen, right? So I really
yeah,
like,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be teasing up Steelers too, and then the Cardinals as well, both over 8.5. Excuse me, 8.5, 9.5 points. In that ballpark, you're close game or whatever. I mean, I think one of these two teams, they win straight up. I don't think I'll need the 8.5, 9.5. Last week's teaser, both teams didn't even need the points, so that one's a pretty solid play. And as for Survivor, I don't think we got anything relevant to add.
No.
So yeah, that'll wrap up our NFL Week 12 right around the corner. We got Thursday Night Football. The Bills and Texans. No CJ Stroud for the Texans. We got Sunday Night Football. Baker and gang going into LA. And then Monday Night Football is the primetime game. Carolina going to SF. Crazy to think Carolina could be a division leader after this week, Jer, but NFL is a wild thing, as we know. Any final thoughts as we sign off to the audience?
Yeah, that NFC South, man, it's pretty wild division there. I'm just glad to see Bryce Young didn't give up there, and he's setting his own records and looking like the guy that they drafted. We will see, though. They got some tough games coming up, so see who Bryce Young really is.
Christian McCaffrey revenge game too.
Yes. Peace.
Yeah. Okay, guys. See you next week.